Okay guys, you'll need a pair of scissors. You'll need twine or jute. You'll also need felt, any color of your choice. I chose this light cream color. You'll need cotton balls for the tails. And then I printed off this. I will link him in the description below. Okay, let's get started. So here I have my little bunny that I printed off. It's more of like a bunny template that I liked. I liked this one because his ear was bent down on the one side, just to give that different effect. So all you need to do is cut him out. Keep cutting. I'm leaving a little bit of an edge just in case if I make a mistake. Now here what I did is I just put him on the felt that I want to use, and then I cut a little square box around him. So here I'm attempting to cut him out just by holding him with my hand, and let's just say it's not easy. So what I'm doing is holding him, but what happens is he kind of keeps moving. So this version is a little bit of a pain, but again, it's trial and error, and I learned for next time, but I wouldn't suggest doing it this way. Again, I just thought it would work, but the paper keeps on moving. Okay, so after I cut him out, I got a better idea with using some paint tape that I just had laying in my craft room. I just put some tape on the back of him, and as you can see, I've already cut a bunch out. So what I do is just stick him on. That way it's so much easier when you're cutting him out. He doesn't move around. So again, you're just going to do the same thing. I highly recommend adding the tape or something where he just stays on there. You can do it by hand by holding him, but I found it extremely tricky. So the same thing, I put a little square, I cut a little square around him. He is staying on so much better, so it's much more easier to cut. And then just continue the process, cutting as many bunnies as you think you need to make your garland. So here, I really don't know how many bunnies I want. I'm making a little garland for my fireplace, just to add a little bit more spring Easter decor to it. So I didn't really count or didn't really know how many bunnies I would need, so I just kind of kept cutting until I thought I had enough. So whatever project you're planning on doing, maybe measure beforehand if you want a smaller garland or a bigger garland. That way you can decide how many bunnies that you need. I figure anyways, if I had bunnies left over, that I would just use them for another project. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move my bunnies off to the side. I'm going to take my jute string and I'm gonna measure out roughly how long I think I'd like it and just cut it at that length. Again, you can use ribbon or the thicker jute if you'd like. I just wanted the thin to keep it more simple, but any other string or ribbon would work perfectly as well. Okay, so now that I have my length, I'm going to take my cotton balls and I'm going to use them for the bunny's tails. Now this was extremely hard for me because for some reason I do not like the feeling of cotton. I don't know what it is, I just can't handle it. So it was a little bit uncomfortable. I just don't like the texture. So I took the big cotton ball, and to me it looked just too big for the small bunny, so what I decided to do was cut them in half. So now I'm just gonna fluff it that little bit, and I decided that I like that look much better. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of hot glue and I'm gonna run it. You can run it right on the cotton ball or you can put it right on the bunny, whatever works. So I just did a little dot of glue. I'm gonna stick the half of the cotton ball on, and there's my little bunny tail. Now what I want to do is, because these bunnies have the folded down ears, I want to rotate them. So I'm gonna do 4 of the same with the bunny's ear facing to the right that's bent down, and then I'm gonna rotate the next 4 and do the bunny's ear facing the opposite way. So now that I've got my 4, I've now flipped my bunny, and I'm gonna do these guys the opposite way. Because when I make my garland, I want to add that little bit of definition. Instead of having the bunnies all facing the same way, want to rotate them and have one way and one the opposite way, if that makes sense. So I have a couple bunnies left, and I'm just gonna do them all different as well. I really like the contrast too between the cream and the white, but again, you can do light pink bunnies, blue bunnies, whatever color scheme that you prefer. Okay, so now I'm just gonna set my bunnies off to the side. I'm gonna gather my jute string and I'm gonna lay that open, and now take my bunny and decide where I want to glue it on to the string. So now I figure if I glue it up by the head part, it'll be the middle of halfway. If I do it too close down to the bunny tail, it'll just flop over. So I figured if I did it up close to the top, it would kind of meet in the middle. So I'm just gonna take a bit of hot glue and run a string of glue right across the middle part of the head. And then I'm gonna attach the string right in the middle of that. Just holding it down for a couple of seconds. You can press it down very gently, trying not to get any hot glue on your fingers until it sticks. Now it does stick very quickly, but it also is very hot, so just be very careful when you're doing this process. So now I'm going to take my other bunny. Again, I'm going to rotate the ears. It's all about the little ears. That sticker was on the back and I thought I was going to take it off. Then I thought, you know what, no, I'm just going to leave it. You're not going to see it anyways. So again, you're going to look at your spacing here and how far apart you want your bunnies. So you're going to repeat the same process. You're going to you're going to put a little bit of glue on the back of the bunny's head and then space them apart. Perfect. Now you're just going to continue this process until your whole little bunny garland is done. Okay guys, we're closing up to the end. Our bunny garland is almost done. I'm so excited and I cannot wait to put it up on my fireplace. I am loving the way this has turned out. Here it is, finished garland. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys next time.